Hello and welcome back to another edition from the WhatEwen'sDoin football channel. In today's video we're going to be doing another concept kit review from clubs from all around Scotland, and we're just going to give our opinions and see whether or not the concept kit would suit the team that it's been designed for. Just as a disclaimer, I am only giving my opinion. I would never badmouth a shirt or give it a horrible sort of opinion for the people that have designed the kits. Just to say again, I'm only giving my opinion, so please take everything with a pinch of salt. Right, enough blathering, let's get to it. So the first one we have got on this list is a fantastic yellow hearts away kit. Now, I think this is reminiscent to the 2018-19 kit, I believe, just from the Umbro detail at the bottom of the sleeves. Now, everybody knows how I feel towards these kind of strips. I am quite partial to a wee cheeky yellow strip. I don't actually mind this. I do quite like how the badge has been done, how there's just literally the maroon detail and the yellow sort of like backdrop to the badge, which I do quite like. It looks very stylistic in that respect, and again, I don't actually mind the maroon stripe as well that goes down it. Apart from that, it looks pretty sort of straightforward and standard as well, so I don't actually mind this at all. Would I potentially have it as an official away kit? Maybe not an away kit, maybe possibly as a third strip perhaps. I think that's a bit too prominent as an away strip. Yeah, I do actually quite think that it is a very subtle design, and again, just with the Umbro trim at the bottom of the sleeves, I think that really adds to it. Even though it's such a small part to it, it makes a big difference. Yeah, I would put it down to, I would probably have this as a third strip for heart, or maybe even some sort of special edition top. I don't know what sort of thing we would be celebrating for that, but yeah, no, I think it's quite a nice strip, and I would have this in some sort of way towards a heart strip. So next one we have is the Celtic home kit. Now, there's not really a lot to say about the Celtic home kit. There's not really a lot you can go wrong as long as you've got the green and white hoops for the Celtic kit. I'm not really sure about how it's mainly just white under the shoulders, because, like, you know, it's usually from a Celtic strip, like sort of in the traditional sense that you've always got the green starting hoop and then kind of working its way down. But to me, it doesn't really strike you as a very traditional Celtic strip. Like, as I just said before, because the whole sort of top shoulder area is mainly white, it kind of, you could probably maybe pass that off as an away kit, but at the same time you could probably pass it off as a home kit as well. Again, it looks very simple. I do quite like how the Adidas stripes are kind of going through the green hoops, like, you know, all the way down in the centre. Obviously you've got the Adidas stripes traditionally on the shoulders as well, with the green trim as well, of course. Like I said, it looks pretty darn simple. I don't actually mind this, just because of the fact it's slightly different, and I feel as if Celtic, if Celtic were to bring this out in some sort of comparison as a home strip, I think that would be more welcoming by the Celtic fans rather than not. So, and whether I would put this down as a home strip or an away strip, like, you know, there's plenty of debate in that, but if me personally, I would probably put it down as a home strip, and I think it would be slightly different, I think, as well. So I think that would be a good addition in the strip department for Celtic. Moving along, we have got this Rangers top. Hello, it's out there. It's really out there, this one. Obviously this must be from a few seasons ago when it was designed, because obviously it's got the Hummel kit sponsor and 32 Red as well, which I don't know if they're still sponsored by or not. I'm not too particularly sure, but again, you could probably maybe put this down as maybe a Rangers third strip if you wanted to. I think it's a bit too graphic in the sense that it's got a lot going on, and I wouldn't feel as if when the Rangers players would wear this, for example, let's say it was put down as a home strip, I don't think it would feel as if it were a home strip. I think it would maybe be good as a third kit. I don't think it would be sort of like, you know, the vibe about it would be necessarily a home kit. But other than that, like, you know, I quite like kits that are very out there, very graphically creative, and I mean, I'm not a Rangers fan, so I can't, like, you know, give you the most honest opinion, but at the same time I don't actually mind that. Again, it's Hummel as well, which is one of my favourite kit manufacturers, and obviously it's got the Hummel arrows on the top of the shoulder, which I always love on any kit. Obviously I'm not a massive fan of the white sort of stripe going diagonally as much, but at the same time it's very Rangers-esque, if you get what I mean. So again, I would probably put this down as a third strip, but it's a really good effort. Next one we have got another Celtic one, and obviously being a Hearts fan, I know I'm not really allowed to say that, oh, like, you know, other team strips are nice, for example, but just being from a neutral standpoint, I think that's really nice. I like how the fact that it really resembles the Man City away kit from last season. I don't know if it's this season or last season, but either way, you probably know which one I mean. It's got, like, it's black and it's got like the sort of yellow sort of stripes going along the shoulder as well. Kind of looks like if Man City invested in a nuclear power plant, but nonetheless it is still quite smart. Yeah, I mean, again, there's not a lot to this strip, but again, strips that don't really have a lot going on tend to be a lot more sort of traditional and a lot more effective as well in the actual shirts designed. Again, for a Celtic fan, I'm just kind of putting in the headbase of what a Celtic fan would want from a design of their kits. I think as an away kit, I think that would look really smart. Again, there's not a lot going on to it. Like, there's very faded lines going down, like sort of the blackness of the Celtic strip, and obviously you've got the three very vibrant sort of Adidas lines at the top of the shoulder, which again I think is really smart. Yeah, I think that's a really good effort. I think Celtic, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the last concept video, I think Celtic can be very experimental when it comes to their away kits, and I think that this is no different. I think this is actually quite a good effort, and obviously I'm not going to go out and buy it from that aspect, but if I were a Celtic fan, I would be pretty pleased if Celtic brought this out. So yeah, I think that's a really good effort, and if Celtic were to bring something like this out, I'm pretty sure the fans would be happy. Next one we have got, oh, Hibernian. So Hibs have traditionally had a lot of yellow kits as well, and I think I'm only comparing it to Hearts as well, but their kits I think tend to suit yellow a lot more, and in this sense here I think it actually works quite well. So it is quite straightforward. You've got the Hibs badge there, you've got the Macron kit manufacturer as well, and obviously the sponsor Marathon Bet, but I do quite like the sort of graphical design of the sort of tilted squares that just tend to fade away throughout each one that's laid out. I mean, I can't say yeah that is an absolute quality strip, but again, if I were a Hibs fan, I wouldn't mind it. Again, I mean, it's probably not something that I would personally buy, says the man who brought the Roseberry strip. But again, I don't particularly think that that's a horrible strip, not at all. And again, this was by Designer Kit, and it's very, you could almost say it's retro in a certain aspect, just from that one bit of design. So I think Designer Kit has done quite a good job on it. Again, what I quite like about them is that they can add something really small in terms of a design, and it shines a lot through, even from just a tiny part, and that's what I quite like about it. So I don't mind that at all. Again, obviously, again, I'm not going to stand here and say, yeah, that is an absolute banging strip, but from a neutral's point of view, I don't think that's actually bad. So yeah, I think from a Hibs fan point of view, I don't think they would actually mind it, because again, I think they've had a few yellow away kits, so yeah, that's not actually bad at all. Now, moving on to the last one we have, and it is from the national side, and interesting. Now, straight away, obviously, you've got the Solitaire going right across the strip, which is very resemblant of the away strip back when we were sponsored by Diadora, I believe, and it was the strip that we wore the night in Paris when James McFadden scored that unbelievable volley. So I think that strip in itself will be whatever treasured as such just from that night. I don't know how I particularly feel about the Solitaire in the centre of the strip. I know it's very graphical, it's very creative in that sense, where it's almost as if it's like a computer glitch almost with the Scotland flag. I don't know if I would have it as vibrant as it is. Me personally, I would maybe have it a bit more faded, because I think that's really all you're focused on if you were to actually wear the strip. Now, maybe that is the point, like, you know, but I'm only saying from my own personal point of view is that it probably wouldn't be my most favourite strip. I don't know if it would look better just without it, and it was just very, was it the plain as well with the Adidas logo and the Scotland badge in the centre, but it does bring something. I'm not sure what it is, but it does bring something. And again, it is very simple in that respect. There's not a lot to kind of talk about in terms of the actual strip itself, but obviously the Solitaire is very prominent as well. So I think for the times that we live in now, all strips are very creative these days, especially new ones as well. Would I be against buying it? Probably not, but it probably wouldn't be my first choice in the sense. I think if you were to maybe revert the colours of the strip and maybe have it as an away kit, and it would almost look as if it's paying homage to that night in Paris where we beat France 1-0. Yeah, I'm not sure if that would look better in the reverting the colours or not. I'm not too sure, but again, I'm not saying by any means it's a bad strip, not at all. I think it is good. I think it's probably just maybe a grower probably in that respect, but again, it's a really cracking effort, and if Scotland were to bring something like this out, I'm pretty sure they would go pretty quickly as usual. But I don't know if we're going to be wearing the same strip that we've got now for the Euros next year, but we just have to wait and see if we bring something out like this. So thank you very much for watching again. If you did like this video, please smash that like button, and please think about subscribing for more future football content. Also, the Since I Was Young podcast is back this weekend. We are going to be reviewing the game, which will be tomorrow, and then we'll be reviewing it on the Saturday. I'm not too sure what day we'll bring it out, most likely Sunday hopefully, and we're going to be going through all the latest news as usual with myself and Alan. Since I Was Young podcast, I will also leave that in the description below as well. Get over there and get subscribed and enjoy all the hearts pitter patter. And once again, as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye for now.